Hello, everyone, and welcome to the WFCU Center, the host venue of tonight's NBO Canada clash between the Orangeville A's and the Windsor Express. My name is Brett Hedges, alongside Kobe Kay, and tonight we'll be teaming up to be your broadcast team tonight. And Kobe, the A's are struggling a little bit on offense. They have balanced scoring, but they really have failed to close out games on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they have 5 scores in double digits, led by Justin Moss and Flernard Whitfield, but they're only scoring 99 points per game, allowing 107. I think they're close to minus 10 in the scoring margin. 5 collective wins total. The one thing that's going in their favor is that there are games at hand. And if they want to get out of the basement of the Central, those games at hand could prove pivotal down the stretch. But this is a team definitely struggling. They come into the WFCU Center hoping to steal yet another game from the Windsor Express here at home.
Yes, and this past week, the London Lightning dropped a contest to the Niagara River Lions. That opens up the door for the Windsor Express, Kobe, to make a run here in the Central Division with another home game at the WFCU Center next week as well.
It certainly does, Brett. Every single loss that the London Lightning get from this point forward helps the Windsor Express, if they're winning, slowly climb that ladder. The Windsor Express could make it 3 in a row tonight. 2 more games left to play at home. If they want to make a real push to win the Central, it starts here and it starts tonight.
Absolutely. The Orangeville A's and Windsor Express are about to battle here for all you fans across the NBO Canada. One thing that the Windsor Express will get back tonight in the lineup is Kirk Williams Jr. Lubisha Vercelli gets sent to the injured reserve. Now, with this new lineup, this bigger Windsor Express lineup, how do things look up from your side of the ball, Kobe?
Well, they look much better, and both of these teams struggle on the boards, but the Windsor Express have been much better as of late. They added a couple big bodies, including Theo Davis. This is going to help on the glass and with rim protection. But Kirk Williams Jr., a former NBL Finals MVP, is just masterful everywhere on the basketball court. He really does do all of the dirty work for this team, and in my eyes, he's an X factor in them repeating.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. Now let's go to the Orangeville side of things. Chris Thomas, first time he's ever going to face Bill Jones in a game. How do you think he's going to tackle that today?
Well, they've got to come out aggressive, and they've got to find a way to work together and get past this home crowd. This is a difficult building to play in. We talked about Justin Moss, 20 and 10 nightly, one of the best big men in this league. And then Flernard Whitfield, 15.6 boards, another dynamic player. Like I said, 5 players that score in double digits. They are going to need all hands on deck tonight if they hope to get out of here with a W.
Absolutely. We'll be back shortly before the tip-off. You're watching the NBO Canada Knockstrom.tv pregame for Windsor Express basketball.
You are watching the Windsor Express versus Orangeville A's on Knockstrom.tv.
A 6'9" forward from Toledo, Ohio, entering the House of Commons. Give it up for number 24, Chris Collins. A 6'5" forward from Brampton, Ontario, number 22, Shaquille Key. A 6'5" forward from The head coach of your Windsor Express is Mr. Bill Jones. Associate head coaches are Tony Jones and Mr. Lexa Page. The Windsor Express assistant coaches are Aaron McDonald, Scott Newman, Eric Parker, and proudly back, Mr. Jerry Brumpton. Gentlemen, please remove your caps and please welcome St. Pius School in the singing of our national anthem.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the WFCU Center, the host venue of tonight's NBO Canada Clash for the Windsor Express versus the Orangeville A's. I am Brett Hedges alongside my partner, Kobe K, and as usual, we will be teaming up to bring you Knockstrom.tv's production of Windsor Express basketball. Kobe, good to see you, my friend. It's been a little while, but the action is always hot on the court for all of you NBO Canada fans. There is another game going on in the league tonight. Halifax is currently leading Niagara by 20 points. And Kobe, we've got another edition of Orangeville versus Windsor tonight. What do you think what we can expect from these two teams?
Well, we definitely want to see a fired up Windsor squad, at least the crowd does. A team that's going to come in here, try to make it 3 in a row, and continue this great play under the control of Bill Jones, who has just returned and was triumphant in that home game. Team really seemed to rally around him. Just a huge motivator and such an important person, in this team. And moreover, the 2 championships that Windsor, has won. So this is a really big thing, having him back with Tony Jones, who did a fantastic job. But these Orangeville A's, they got out of here with a W this year. So history can repeat itself. And we know Justin Moss can be a handful. That guy's 20 and 10 nightly, just a dynamic force in the front court. So it'll be interesting to see the defensive matchups and how they try to stop him.
Absolutely. Justin Moss, an absolute beast for the Orangeville A's. They're led by head coach Chris Thomas. 5 wins on the year, but 2 of those wins are over the Windsor Express. We've got an opening day win for Orangeville, thanks to a buzzer beater shot from Bilal Ben. Later in the season, the Windsor Express then lost up in Orangeville by a single point, I believe. So always a tight contest. These are bruising contests, and it'll be interesting to see how things go tonight.
And Niagara, with the win over London, they have 6 wins. So Orangeville doesn't want to finish at the bottom of the Central, and like I said in the pregame, there are some games at hand, and that could be the X factor in maybe them finishing third in the Central.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Niagara getting a bit of a push with the changing of their head coach, they beat the London Lightning last week as well. So it seems that the Lions are roaring, so to speak, right now.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that assessment, and it goes back to prove the importance of coaching. You look at either administrative changes or returns, and these guys don't get enough credit.
No, absolutely not. I agree.
But that's been forever, in the game of basketball. That isn't exclusive or personal to the NBL. That's just the way it goes.
We're just moments away from our ceremonial tip-off here at Center Court. Big NBL Canada Central Division matchup tonight. It's been less than a week, but it feels like longer since we've been at the WFCU Center.
It does. I would say that's a fair assessment. I came in and thought, wow, I haven't been here in quite a while, and I'm really glad to be back.
All right.
And the season winding down.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday that it was Boxing Day and they were kicking off the regular season against these guys, and now the page is almost turning to March, and over the next 2 months, you're going to see a lot of desperate basketball by some teams that really want to make pushes before the playoffs, and I love this time of year.
Yeah, the Express are still doing things at a championship level. They're holding opposing teams to under 100 points per game, averaging 25 assists per game. They're getting great production out of their stars. They've found a way to insert the bench and the reserves into a position where they're making a difference. They're deep and they hold a deep and bolstered roster. So this is a team that most definitely wants to prove that there could possibly be a three-peat, but it won't be easy because there's some real talented teams in this league, and certainly we see St. John's starting to climb the ladder.
Absolutely. We've been speaking at length about St. John as the opening tip is up, won by the Express and Good. We've talked about St. John a lot on the NBL Canada podcast. Fans checked out episode number 3 coming out soon. Hosted by Kobe and myself. Chris Commons starts the game off with a hook shot. It's good.
You gotta love when they go to Commons on the low block to start these games. It's a play that's called quite often, and I love how they get out of the gate like that.
Nothing like going to arguably your best offensive player on the first possession of the game, which is saying something because you got Brandon Robinson on that squad too. Oh, Flynn Whitfield. Sorry, not Flynn Whitfield, number 13. Sorry, folks, 1 second. Sorry, Richard Amarty. My stats, they blanked on me.
With a beautiful pump fake, little
Yes.
up and under, gets himself to the free throw line and misses the first.
And that's so fun. That's such a fundamental play that we've seen so many times. The hard fake, the up and under, drawing the foul.
And some instant offense because it got him to the line. So
Absolutely. 2-1 the score in the opening minute here. Robinson for 3. Second all-time leading scorer in NBL Canada. His teammate Chris Commons, number 24, 4th all-time. Justin Moss can't score on the double pump. Richard Amarty grabs the rebound and scores. Gives Orangeville an early lead. Shaquille Keith nearly went out of bounds. Tony Bennett trying to get to him, then he's going to have to go to another alternative plan, turning to his left, kicking it out to Robinson. He drives, puts it up, no good. Jamison Tipping soaring in and grabbing that ball. Shaquille Keith steps in front of the passing lane there and grabs a steal. Picks off a Lewis Jackson pass. Here come the Express. Shaquille Keith working against Jackson. Turns his back, finds Theo Davis. He can't score on the short side. Has the ball swiped away on the second attempt. Theo Davis comes up empty on 2 attempts.
and Shaquille Keith showing off just a spectacular and beautiful pass into the post. What versatility that man possesses.
Bennett for 3. No good. 2 minutes into the game, we've got a 3-2 lead for Orangeville over the Windsor Express. Brett Hedges and Kobe K on Knockstrom.tv's production of Windsor Express basketball. Thank you for joining us, folks. Robinson in transition. Kicks it out to Shaquille Keith, and they will settle it down. Richard Amarty's going to be called for pushing Chris Commons as he was trying to make a screen for Tony Bennett. Holding is the call. First foul of the game. Over under, Kobe. 50?
For
50 fouls today?
I'm
Shaquille.
going to go with the under.
Wow, Shaquille Keith can't hang on to the basketball as he goes up. Might have had a foul there. Bilal Ben into the corner for tipping. Oh, he can't rattle it home. Bilal Ben with the O-board. Oh, nice spin move. Reverse. Oh, can't get it to tuck it in.
That is 3 offensive rebounds now for the Orangeville A's.
They come up empty on that trip, but here come Windsor. Commons top the key. Off the mark. Theo Davis touched it, but it will be last grazed by Bilal Ben. It'll be Windsor Express basketball.
The Express a little cold right now from the field, starting the game 1 of 7, and then 0 of 2 from the land beyond the arc.
Theo Davis gets Justin Moss. Good defense there from the Orangeville big man. Oh, Amarty can't finish the dunk, and it ends up out of bounds.
There's about 6 total points here that the Orangeville A's have basically lost from balls that haven't dropped, some putbacks that should have went down. So the Express are really lucky that they're only down by 1.
I agree. Tony Bennett. There's Amarty once again. Is going to be called for holding on Chris Commons, not letting him get to his space. He's been trying to get across the key to make a screen, and Amarty was holding him up. 2 quick calls.
He's a very active big man. He does a lot, including he's great in the pick and roll, so they're going to want to contain him there. It looks like Orangeville's going to play physical tonight and attack the rim, and that should be the nucleus if they want to win.
Theo Davis, turnaround jumper, knocks it down in the middle of the key.
Great reactivation for the Windsor Express. Can do a lot at the rim for you on both ends.
Yeah, we've seen some good things around the basket from Theo Davis.
And that's exactly what they needed, so it's good news.
Yeah, we were excited about the prospect of him early in the season, and then he unfortunately was injured. As Commons takes the ball on the wing, slashes in and scores. Chris Commons.
Just beautiful moves down low from Chris Commons. The toolbox, just amazing.
And getting back to Theo Jameson tipping for 3, no good. Tony Bennett comes up with it. And this team really missed. Theo Davis was the big man that they thought that they would be solidify the middle a little bit, and when they didn't have him, they really struggled inside.
They did, and it put a lot more. It strapped Chris Commons because he had to do so much more. But Rudolph Jolly is another guy that can give them really quality minutes in the paint. So I think that addition has really made life a lot easier on the existing bigs for the Windsor Express, including Chris Commons, like I said, who now has some relief.
Kirk Williams Jr. enters the game for the aforementioned Theo Davis, coming off a 3-game suspension. Welcome back, Kirk. Bilal Ben gets it over to Lewis Jackson. He steps inside the 3-point line, knocks down a long jumper.
Kirk Williams Jr., he's only about 6'8", plays like he's 7'2". Definitely missed that guy.
So much quickness at that stretch 4 spot.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really what he is. You know, he has that ability to stretch the floor. He can rebound, he can pass, he can score. So he's a real jack of all trades. And he's also a great defender, so a real asset to this team.
We mentioned earlier Kirk Williams, the finals MVP from a season ago. Brandon Robinson fakes the shot, drives baseline, takes the shot, knocks it down. Beautiful.
With the little fadeaway, Brandon Robinson, one of the most dynamic scorers in the NBL.
In league scoring, it goes Anthony Anderson, Brandon Robinson, Nick Gokori, and then Chris Commons.
And it's really been traded back and forth. We've seen Robinson on top multiple times. All three of those guys are just electric when it comes to putting the ball in the basket.
Mishandled entry pass into the post for Eric Copes. Ends up out of bounds. Another turnover for Orangeville. In the corner, Kirk Williams Jr. lines up a shot, can't get it to fall. We've said this a lot. We've talked about the former Finals MVP from last season. If Kirk Williams Jr. doesn't show up and have himself a humongous 3 games out in the Atlantic Division, the Windsor Express are not 2-time defending champs.
Exactly. I mean, that isn't even an if. That's an absolute fact.
Moss can't finish inside. That's a block there. Tony Bennett comes up with the loose ball. Stops, finds Commons. Bounce pass to Kirk Williams Jr. And there's going to be an injury down on the floor. Lewis Jackson.
Which is a shame because who we were talking about, Kirk Williams Jr. comes up with a monster block after another offensive rebound on Justin Moss. And that defensive play translated into some transition basketball and quite possibly a bucket. But let's hope this young man is all right.
Absolutely. You're watching Windsor Express basketball on Knockstrom.tv. Fans, make sure to check out the NBO Canada Live YouTube channel. And a big shout out to our Knockstrom.tv crew today. Shout out to Leo, David, and of course our halftime show host, Aaron Sanders, does a great job. Did you have a fun time with him on Saturday without me?
Yeah, it was decent. I got to tell you though, Brett, it was a one-night stand. You're my one true love.
That's right. We're trying to keep it light here. Obviously, we've got a little bit of an injury on the floor. Some concerned faces on the Orangeville A's side. Hello to our fans out there in NBO Canada Fanland.
Oh, Alex has a camera on us and didn't tell us.
Yeah, so.
Only when I told you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, that's not.
Thank
Alex
you.
is in his candid camera.
Mm-hmm. Folks, Alex, why don't you talk to your adoring fans?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this season, 2015-2016 season is full of surprises. One of the biggest surprises is the Island Storm not getting into the best rankings on the league, on the Maritimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand because they have everything to succeed. However, another team that actually is getting very strong is Halifax.
Yep.
The Halifax
Hurricanes
is getting super strong, and surprisingly, the Super Rodents, they are like Super Rodents are
the Mill Rats. Yes.
the Mill Rats are
playing at a great level.
Yeah, playing at a great level, and meanwhile, hopefully the Rebel Lions are going to be back on track because I think they're start to getting. It's the first year on the league, so
Absolutely.
they have to make some adjustments. But it's a great crowd. It's a great market for them. Hopefully, it's going to be an amazing season, especially the second half. I remember last year, the Halifax were the underdogs. They were like the last place, and when they went back to the playoffs, they soared.
Yep. They are.
So
It's all about playing playing well at the right times of the year.
Right, exactly.
And when you're playing, when you've got rosters like this for 12 guys that have never played before, you got to get some cohesion. It takes a 30, 40 regular game season to get to the level that you want to play. And it seems that at this point of the year, most of the teams are figuring out what kind of teams they are, and it's really making for exciting basketball.
Yeah. What a year! Most of the games like buzzer beaters, like the last second wins, like everything done in the last minute, 2-3 minutes, and we've seen we've seen games like 12 points in 1 minute just disappear and it's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's beyond crazy. And very respect to all the players are playing on the court. They're doing the best they can, and they're super athletes. And it's definitely is a great sport. It's not as expensive as other sports. You have to get gears and a big truck to get the gears. This sport is special for kids. They have the only thing they need is a basketball and a pair of sneakers and a basket.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
So get the kids out of the get out of the streets into the gyms and parks.
Kids in sports, stay out of courts.
Exactly.
That's right. And I wanted to touch on the close games that you talked about, Alex. In a recent article I wrote for the Lance newspaper at the University of Windsor, the Windsor Express, of their 10 losses, Alex, 4 of them have come by a single point.
That's beyond incredible.
Yep.
And most of the teams most of the games have been like that.
That's right. Back to game action now. Maurice Bolden enters the contest for the Windsor Express, coming out of the injury timeout to Lewis Jackson. We hope that he is okay. Kirk Williams Jr. for 3. No good, but soaring in is Brandon Robinson. Jamison Tipping saved it from going out of bounds for Orangeville, and Copes picks it up. Good hustle play out of the gate after a little bit of a delay. Tipping, looking inside, gets it to Moss. Maurice Bolden going to be called for reaching. It's a big body of Justin Moss to get around. Mo Bolden, unfortunately, getting called for holding the hip.
Maurice Bolden, his first personal, team second.
Mo Bull chipping in almost 10 points per game. He's been a great addition to this squad.
Mo Bolden.
Mo Boards.
Brandon Robinson, the active hands of the Windsor Express defense, once again coming up with a turnover, Kobe.
Always, it's just a staple in their defensive scheme.
Kirk Williams Jr. gets a pass from Tony. Second chance. He will get fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. And that's the kind of cohesion that you've got between Tony Bennett and Kirk Williams Jr. Not a whole lot of verbal communication, just a lot of body language, knowing where the guys are going to be and just playing off of one another.
It's a testament to great teammates and also to court vision, and that's really about the quality and caliber of point guard that Tony Bennett is. I mean, he's able to do this with many players, and it's a real testament to the quality they have in the backcourt and the leadership.
3 of the 4 members of the Windsor Express from a championship season from a year ago. Tony Bennett, Kirk Williams Jr., Chris Commons, and Jamal McQueen. So 4 of 12 guys have won a championship. The other 8 still searching. As a miss on the Orangeville end ends up in a Tony Bennett possession. He drives, kicks it out to Commons. Good closeout there from Copes. Interior pass is picked off by Justin Moss. 2 quick passes later. Jamison Tipping in transition. Copes can't hang on to it, so he leaves it to Moss. And 1.
Slams it down. The big man averaging 20 and 10, inserting his dominance inside the paint. We've already seen some old boards. He's going after that rim. First couple didn't drop, but once those things start falling, good God, look out.
Exactly. Justin Moss throwing it down with authority. Cut that one up. That's going in the plays of the week. Moss can't finish the 3-point play. A low-scoring first quarter. Windsor up 9-7 with just over 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter.
Both teams shooting under 30% from the field.
Commons for 3. Splash.
And that is number 24, sweet spot.
Commons with your 1, 2, 3 remax 3-pointer.
Windsor up 12-7. Justin Moss in the low post. Kicks it out to Bilal Ben, the opening day hero. Pass in the interior is picked off. Oh, Windsor Express can't hang on to it. Nearly ended up in photographer Tim Gerald's lap.
So let's go back here for a second. Kirk Williams Jr., yet another huge defensive play, able to steal that ball, and then a beautiful bounce pass to really break that play out in transition.
Intangibles.
Stats, facts, and the often forgotten intangibles is the motto I live by. And look who it is in the paint, Justin Moss once again.
He's going to soak up a foul from Chris Commons. The Express players trying to figure it out amongst themselves how they're going to defend the big man, Justin Moss. We spoke about him in the pregame. Huge part of this of the success for this club.
Absolutely. Staple guy, one of the best forwards in the league. He started the game 1 of 5 with 4 boards, but he's going to get it going. It's just a matter of time.
I had a chance to speak with Moss after the opening day game on Boxing Day. Really nice guy. Kirk Williams Jr. going to be called for early entry on the free throw, so Justin Moss going to get another crack at the can.
Both teams a little flat to start out this game, pretty low scoring affair. But once these guys really get warmed up and find their groove, I'm sure this thing's really going to pick up.
As we said before, this is the second of 4 straight home games for the Windsor Express. They're going to continue this next week on Thursday and Friday against the London Lightning and then the Niagara River Lions.
So there you go, London Lightning in that mix. They beat the London Lightning here, and it's yet another step up the ladder.
2-game swing at hand. Brandon Robinson for 3.
Cash.
Rick Bodiford was all over him, and he still knocked it down.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Three-pointer.
Steve Belanger, our public address announcer, doing a great job as always. Free ball missed. Ends up in the hands of the Windsor Express. Alex Johnson behind the back pass to Tony Bennett. Look at that ball movement. Steps in, Brandon Robinson. No good.
Tragedy. We had 4 or 5 passes on the swing. You read my mind. I was watching the ball rotation in just awe, but shot doesn't fall.
Good jab set from Bodiford. He can't sneak it in on the right side.
He almost caught his own layup.
Yeah.
Would have been a turnover regardless, so the Express with the basketball.
Subs coming in.
I like what Orangeville is doing here, being aggressive, attacking the rim.
Oh, it's what they need to do.
And they're finding some success. We've seen them do a good job on the board so far with 4 offensive, but they've got to get those second chance points opportunities.
Commons goes short on the 3-pointer. Windsor up 7 points, 15-8, just over 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter on Knoxstrom.tv. Tyndale, no good. Shaq Keith with the rebound. Jamal McQueen set to check in. And 1. They're going to count it. Shaquille Keith extending the play. Chris Thomas looking for an explanation.
Shaquille Keith averaging almost 10 points per game. You've talked about him in length. Brett just does a lot of things for this team. He's able to penetrate and do things at the rim and then also shoot the jump shot. So just a valuable player, averaging also 3.4 rebounds and almost 2 assists.
The one thing that really impresses me about Shaq Keith is his ability to guard almost anybody on the floor. Moss can't finish the play. Fighting through a hold there. Couldn't knock it down. Chris Commons' second foul of the opening quarter. His team is up 10, but Commons is going to take a seat. Rudolph Jolly going to check in.
I'm going to go back to that Shaquille Keith point you just made. Great defensive player. He's 6'5", 190. Would you believe me if I told you that? He looks and plays so much bigger.
He's a big, broad-shouldered man. Having stood next to him. One of the nicest guys in the gym, though.
Who would win in an arm wrestle, you or Shaquille Keith?
Unfortunately, I'd have to say Shaquille Keith. But he could beat you in an arm wrestle with his toes.
Me?
Yes.
I used to be the city champ. True story.
Really? Is that why your elbows hurt all the time now?
I have tennis elbow from it.
Oh, Shaquille Keith tried to scoop it into a cutting Kirk Williams Jr. in transition.
Hey.
Oh, pass was behind Rick Bodiford, but Justin Moss saves it. And the end line, the far side official will say that Moss was out of bounds. An unfortunate break for the Orangeville A's. A team that's really working hard, just can't seem to find the bottom of the bucket.
What could have turned into a highlight reel play ended up being a turnover.
Alex Superman Johnson at the helm. Steps into a three. No good. Spoke with him a little while ago, talking about the energy that he brings on the floor, and
he's really finding his groove and, carving out a role.
Justin Moss using his body control there to score off the glass, make it a 6-point game.
Moss 7 points, 5 boards.
Johnson slips away from the defense. Next pass over, Shaquille Keith can't get it to fall. Jolly gets his hand in there. No. Speaking about Alex Johnson, former North Carolina State Wolfpack. So he played in the ACC. Said when you played against Seth Curry and Austin Rivers, you had to bring it every night. And that's what he brings to this league every night.
Yeah, there's definitely some effort there. No doubt about it. He does a lot of things well. And here's Kirk Williams Jr. with another defensive play to steal.
Beautiful job by Kirk Williams Jr. stepping into that the passing lane there. But I believe giving some credit to Rudolph Jolly for disrupting the pass in the first place should be talked about. And this is a guy I'm really excited about the ups for Rudolph Jolly. 6'10", big body, almost 240 pounds. This is what the Express were looking for.
Absolutely. With him and Theo Davis, it brought that size into the interior that they so desperately needed, so they didn't have to work as hard in the painted area. So I think they're really, in Windsor, they're really trying to fill all the holes, right, and get to that place where it just becomes time to play your best basketball. There's nothing really that this team is missing, so really it just comes down to letting the chips fall where they may. We talked about Kirk Williams Jr.'s impact. In this quarter, he has 1 point, 2 boards, 2 steals, and a block. So doing a little bit of everything.
Jolly playing out of UQAM in the Quebec University system. Our SEQ is the acronym there. Always good to see people benefiting from the Canadian University system playing in this league. Always cool to see. Moss blocked down low, gets his own rebound, can't get it to fall. Third chance is Copes. And that's how the first quarter will end.
Yeah, Orangeville really struggling. We see the air ball from the corner three, and Moss with the offensive rebound, but once again fails to put the ball in the basket. He did have a good quarter though, 7 points, 5 boards.
That's it for the first quarter of play here from Knockstrom.tv. Come back, we'll have more of Windsor Express basketball after this break.
Do you love me?
Of course I love you. Hey, guess what? I got a job interview tomorrow.
Hunter, you're not listening. How do you know that my love for you is real? Is any of this real?
You have delusional psychosis.
Quote, you're now working for a powerful drug cartel.
I want you to get out of here and move on. It's not gonna
Sometimes love can blind people from reality.
Welcome back to the WFCU Center, ladies and gentlemen. Brett Hedges and Kobe K with you for another edition of Windsor Express basketball. After one quarter of play, the Express lead the Orangeville A's 20-12. Coming back out of the timeout break. Here come the Orangeville A's looking to make a big push coming out of the second quarter here, Kobe.
Yeah, Orangeville definitely needs to find some rhythm.
Lewis Monks can shoot it from anywhere, leaves it short. I believe that could have partially been deflected by Jolly.
And another air ball from long as the Orangeville A's 0 from 5 from downtown. A shot that they struggle with nightly.
I'll give Lewis Monks a mulligan there because I believe that Jolly touched that a little bit, but then Jolly gets called for the offensive foul. So it's kind of like the basketball gods speaking their mind.
It's the Karma Cafe. You
funny.
get served what you deserve. Same menu, Brett, every night.
At the point guard spot, Daquan Brooks for the Orangeville A's. Lewis Monks, nice quick jab step, finds Justin Moss at the top of the key. Spin move off the glass and good.
Big, strong spin move to the hoop.
Cut that one up. Justin Moss keeping it up for the Orangeville A's.
He is already approaching double digits. 9 points, I believe, thus far.
Shaquille Keith spinning in the lane himself, drawing a foul on Lewis Monks. And he'll go to the free throw line. See you spin move on one side and see spin move on the other.
The Windsor Express really need to do some work on the defensive glass. They've allowed Orangeville to scoop up 5 offensive rebounds so far. But Orangeville with only 2 second chance points. But that can come back and hurt you later in the game if it continues, if things start falling. They definitely don't want to be giving up too many boards to the Orangeville A's.
Shaquille Keith goes 2 for 2 on his trip to the free throw line. Wow, look at that speed from Brooks. Daquan Brooks.
Blazing. And that was on the left side. Strong take.
He reminds me of Isaiah Thomas of the
That is
Celtics.
A great analogy or comparison, sorry.
Jolly can't get it to... they're going to say it was knocked out of bounds by the Orangeville A's. So Windsor will retain possession. Commons checks into the game for Jolly.
He is the Windsor Express's leading scorer thus far. 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field.
Alex Johnson working in space. Robinson sweeps through. Bilal Ben's going to be called for reaching in.
And Eric Copes, get that out of here.
Shout out to a pair of familiar faces courtside. We got Evan Pershanek, a member of the CFL's Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Wow, beautiful spin move in tight from Shaquille Keith. He's heating it up.
Using the spin move to create some space. Ends up all alone on the block.
Bilal Ben at the top of the key. Brooks over to Copes. Good ball movement from Orangeville. Lewis Monks loses it. Can't get it to fall on the second opportunity. Robinson steps inside the three-point line. Can't get it to fall. And getting it to in transition. Lewis Monks for 2.
Everybody clap your hands.
Brandon Robinson on the far side of the court. Alex Johnson, beautiful pump fake. Can't get it to fall. Soaring in and grabbing that, Daquan Brooks. He's got an opening. And flushing it down, Eric Copes. Maybe this is the guy that the Orangeville A's had been missing. Just that spark plug.
Brooks with a great take to the rack there, just wouldn't fall, but someone sneaking in through the back door.
And Shaquille Keith scoring once again.
A strong take from Shaquille Keith, who now has 9 points on the night, and he's also 3 of 3 from the line.
Shaquille Keith, opening game of the NBL Canada season, 24 points.
Yeah, and then he was quiet short thereafter and just sort of really finding his footing. Seems to be getting better and more comfortable each game.
Absolutely. I can only imagine what the transition to professional basketball is for a guy that's only 22 years old. Coming out of Kilgore College, he's a Brampton native.
He's on some grown man stuff now.
Missing on that pass into the corner, Jameson tipping for 3, it's good.
So now the Orangeville A's finding their footing a little bit. We've seen the putback now at 3 on a bit of a run here. Lead diminished to 3 points.
Robinson nearly turns it over. Beautiful drive and finish. Shaquille Keith benefiting from a Brandon Robinson pass.
He's not just a scorer, as shown there.
Ball Ben into the low post for Eric Copes. He scores.
14 points in the paint now for the Orangeville A's.
Alex Johnson. Pair of subs going to come in for the Windsor Express on the next possession. They are currently up 3 points. Robinson. What seemed to be a slow start for the Orangeville A's, now they're keeping up with the Express. Just goes to show that this is a game of runs.
Well, they're forcing Windsor into taking tough shots, as we've seen Brandon Robinson, really force the issue there at the rim, and that's what they got to do, and stay aggressive on the offensive end, continue attacking the rim, and when they can spread the floor that way, end up getting a good 3-point look, and then they can take that shot rather than jacking things up.
Timeout has been called. It'll be given to the Orangeville A's. We're just going to take a quick second. We're going to step back here on Knockstrom.tv, Windsor Express Basketball.
You're watching Windsor Express, Orangeville A's, Knockstrom.tv. With Brett Hedges and Mitch Koike, we'll be right back.
All right, welcome back, folks. Coming out of the timeout break, and a good timeout call from Orangeville at the time too. It seems like they're garnering a lot of momentum right now.
Indeed, they're coming on strong. They were shooting 20% at one point from the field, now 34%. So they're starting to make their shots, and they've pulled away with the rebounds. Like I said, it's now 21-15, and that is a really important area that Orangeville really wants to control throughout this game if they want to get out of here with the W.
28-25, Windsor over Orangeville right now. There's a whole lot of basketball left to play. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Tipping nearly loses it. Wanted to finish my shout out to a couple of people that I know courtside from the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Evan Prashanak sitting courtside, and one of the all-time leading scorers in St. Clair Saints basketball history, Mr. Alex Temesi. So shout out to you guys. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Welcome.
Commons for 3.
Windsor just 3 points off the bench thus far in this game. They really need some help out of their second unit.
And Justin Moss going to draw a foul. Don't know if they're going to call that one against Commons or not. They are going to call that against Commons. So that'll be his third. And enter Mo Bolden. You wanted some bench production? Well, you got yourself a bench guy that has a whole lot of production. So Mo Bolden unfortunately suffered a back injury up in Niagara last Friday and has been slowly coming back. And that's an injury that back can be such a hard injury to overcome for so many guys. We know that Chris Commons has dealt with back issues in the past, and
yeah, they're lingering, ongoing. They can be reoccurring, and we know we're at an important part of the season, more than halfway. But when guys try to force the issue and play hurt, it only makes things worse sometimes. So
Theo
hopefully
Davis,
he's 100%.
Yeah, I agree. Theo Davis can't score on the double pump there. He lost it on his way up. Bilal Ben steps into a three for the lead. Yes, Orangeville.
There you go. Slowly but surely, they methodically jabbing away.
Theo Davis giving it over to Tony Bennett. In the corner, Mo Bolden. Nope, he steps out of bounds.
And that's a turnover, and 4 for the Windsor Express.
6:26 remaining in the opening half.
Windsor 2 of 11 from downtown, 10 of 30 from the field. So Coach Bill Jones will need to figure out what's going on offensively here at halftime.
5th meeting between the two clubs this year. Orangeville. Sorry, Justin Moss can't finish in tight. Theo Davis bringing it up the floor. Pardon me, 6th meeting between the two clubs this year. As Mo Bolden gets fouled driving baseline. Shaquille Keith going to be the trigger man on the ensuing inbound play. And by this time of the year, 6th meeting between the two, there's not a whole lot of secrets, just about execution on both sides of the floor.
Yep.
Mo Bolden called for traveling on that possession.
Really flat play here by the Windsor Express thus far. And like we talked about, this is an important game. They definitely want to be able to get out of here with a win, given that London lost to Niagara, which would allow them to inch closer to the top of the Central.
Absolutely. A win by Orangeville would even the season series with the Express at 3-3.
And it would tie them with Niagara at 6 games and take them, well, at least tie them for last place.
Mo Bolden coming from behind and swiping that ball away from Bilal Ben.
So there's some great defense there as we see Mo Bolden come over with the help defense, able to block the shot.
I don't think Bilal Ben saw him at all. It's like taking candy from a baby.
Suffocating, there. Swarming style.
Amarty loses it. Theo Davis grabs it. 2 passes later, Shaquille Keith in transition. Jamison Tipping commits the foul. Smart foul from Tipping there.
I would agree.
Not giving up anything easy. And that's when I appreciate people acknowledging fouls. Hey,
right.
Grab, hand up.
Yeah.
Just part of the game.
And they're looking to slow this thing down and grind it out. And that's really, I think, the game plan and nucleus for them trying to win right now.
It might be a matter of winning segments of 5 minutes at a time for them, rather, as opposed to quarters.
Exactly. It might not be the prettiest game plan, but all that counts is a win.
Yeah. How many times did we see Windsor Express just grind out some victories over the past 3 seasons? And we said, hey, it's not pretty, but
it keeps the crowd out of it. It keeps momentum out of it. You know, and it makes things difficult for the home team.
Bennett loses it. That's going to be Express basketball after being poked away from, I believe, Daquan Brooks. So that's a battle of point guards there, 5 versus 5 on red for Orangeville and white for the Windsor Express. Scooping and scoring, Tony Bennett.
And I think Bennett would be able to be the bully there and, you know, maybe play a little back to the basket in that particular matchup.
Tie game, 30-all. Justin Moss. They're finding the soft spots on that defense. They're moving the ball. They're getting those passing lanes open, and it's working for Orangeville.
Well, Justin Moss is having his way down low. Now, these shots might not be falling, but he's creating opportunity every time the ball is in the post, and he is getting some kind of look. So should these things start dropping in the second half, look out. He's already got 11 points and 6 boards. He's 3 of 9 from the field, but he's showing a great deal of confidence down there as he makes the first free throw.
And a couple of his shots have been very, very close and uncharacteristic misses. He can easily have 20 points so far.
Easily, and that's what I'm talking about, Brett. In the second half, things getting ugly.
Backcourt violation. Tony Bennett had not crossed over half. Nope. So that's going to be another Windsor Express turnover.
4:40 left in the second Q.
That's going to prompt a timeout call from head coach Bill Jones. I'm sure he's not a fan of the way his team's playing right now.
No, this is not Windsor Express basketball.
So Orangeville up 31-30 with just over 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. What am I saying? Fourth quarter. Around the league. Sorry. At halftime, folks, make sure to check in with Aaron Sanders. He's working hard over there, bringing you the best from what's going on around the league. The only other game going on is in Halifax between the Niagara River Lions and Express. So, shout out to the fans out there, NBO Canada fans. Hope you're enjoying ourselves today. Brett Hedges and Kobe K on the mic for you. Make sure to give Kobe a follow on Twitter at Kobe519, and make sure to subscribe to the NBO Canada Live YouTube channel to check out the NBO Canada weekly podcast. So, whole lot of fun. This week we talked about a plethora of things. We got to talk to Vince Williams, our Atlantic Division correspondent. A lot of fun.
Yes, it is. It's a project that will continue to grow week by week, and I'm really enjoying being a part of this with you and the NBL, and working with Audley Stevenson, who's just a wonderful human being, an old salt of the earth dude, kindred spirit. Excellent person.
Absolutely. Only the best for you folks. NBO Canada fans. The best fans in the world. Hey, check out the NBO Canada fan page on Facebook too. Quick shout out to them.
Yeah, they're always putting in work daily on what's going on around this league. I go to that site as much as I go to the website.
Alley-oop! Oh no, Mo Bolden couldn't finish it off of the turnover. Theo Davis takes advantage of another Orangeville turnover. Blocked. Richard Amarty. Shaquille Keith went into a house of cards there, it seemed. Amarty can't score in tight. Teams are playing fast and loose here, but no baskets.
Orangeville with about 4 or 5 air balls through the first 2 quarters.
But they still lead 31-30. Windsor needing to respond. Big push from Orangeville in the second quarter.
Well, they came out of that timeout and almost hit that big dunk. Boy, would that have changed things.
Shaquille Keith over to Theo Davis on the O board. He scores.
Big bucket, much needed basket for the Windsor Express.
And a technical foul is going to be called. I believe that's going to go against Shaquille Keith.
Technical foul to Windsor Express number 22, Shaquille Keith.
Not sure what it was for, but that's the situation where that's better that we stand up here for it instead of contemplating fouls or what was said and stuff. So for all those folks that don't know, we're up in the media booth here at the WFCU Center. That's why we have the sky shot as opposed to regular not regular crews, but
yeah, we're up top, so we don't get a bird's eye. Well, it's more of a bird's eye view. We don't have an on-court view.
Yeah, we have the hockey view of things, and personally, I like it.
Oh, so do I. We get to enjoy watching the game as we're broadcasting, and we get to look out at this beautiful crowd here at the WFCU Center.
Yep, nice crowd here on a Friday night in Windsor. Justin Moss over to Jamison Tipping. Richard Amarty leaves it short, but loose ball on the floor. Oh, Amarty gets up with it. Jamison Tipping for 3. He misses. And Alex Johnson secures the ball.
So the Orangeville A's win the battle of the 50-50 ball there, but can't make it count.
barely a turnover there, but Jamison Tipping dived for the ball.
I believe it's
Going to call a foul against Tipping for the body check on the floor. Hey, gotta love the hustle.
Body check. Is that a foul?
I'm not sure.
No, that was an accurate depiction, though.
Oh, he was diving on the floor.
Yeah.
Theo Davis had it, and he kind of crumpled. I don't know.
It was a sliding body check.
It was a slide tackle if you were using a soccer term or a football term. So Theo Davis going to go to the free throw line because of the bonus situation.
He's chipped in 4 points and 5 rebounds, Brett, in the first half of this game. You were talking about him earlier, and I have to agree. What a difference that little bit extra size and length makes in the paint.
I completely agree with you.
And in the pick and roll game, there's a lot more that he does.
Defending the rim, we even saw in his first game back, people weren't getting to the rim as much. Mo Bolden for 3, no good. Bilal Ben with the O board, bringing it up the floor, trying to take the lead back. Tight game here in the second quarter. Nice jab set from Amarty, step back jumper, can't get it to fall. Moss with the O board, spin move in tight, left hand finish. Amarty O board and one.
2 offensive rebounds on that sequence, Brett. And Justin Moss continues to attack.
Basket's good.
Animalistic.
Express fouls number 40, Theo Davis' second personal.
So Amarty getting the and one, putting the Orangeville A's up by a point right now, looking to make it 2, and he does. So Kirk Williams Jr. going to check back in. Mo Bolden checking out. Theo Davis stays in.
Daquan Brooks, good little player. I'm really impressed with the product that he's put on the floor tonight thus far.
Yeah, really excited about his upside for the Orangeville A's. And sometimes you just need that quick guard that can really get you into space. Look at this 3. Oh, no.
Another O board.
And good hands there from Theo Davis, tying up that basketball on the offensive rebound from Amarty. Amarty's been all over the offensive boards too for the Orangeville A's today. Unfortunately, comes up empty on that trip.
Yeah, he's got 5 collective rebounds. The Orangeville A's 29-22, 9 of their 29 offensive. So Windsor Express are lucky that they only have 7 second chance points.
Alex Johnson finds Brandon Robinson working against Bilal Ben. Spins to his left, step back jumper, it's good.
Beautiful back to the basket play there by Brandon Robinson. We see him fading and falling out on the outside, but able to take things down low there.
Bilal Ben, good defense from the Express there. Hands up by Theo Davis. Loose ball, Amarty for 3, it's good.
And great ball rotation there by the Orangeville A's as Brooks elects to make the right pass.
37-34, Orangeville leads. Johnson saved it from going out of bounds, but it goes to an Orangeville player. Amarty going to be called for traveling there after Kirk Williams Jr. got back on defense. And that's going to prompt a timeout call from the Orangeville A's.
And a bit of a wasted possession there for the A's as they were able to collect the Windsor turnover, not capitalize on it.
Turnovers have been a big part of the game, but I believe it has been in my opinion anyway, it's been the injection of Daquan Brooks for the Orangeville A's that have really given them some energy in this quarter.
Yeah, he is 1 for 4 from the field. He does have 2 points, but he's doing a lot more, like you said. He's using his speed to open things up. He's also got 2 rebounds and 2 assists, so he's a guy that's definitely, like you said, injected some life into this Orangeville team. And then the play in the paint has been huge. Justin Moss, 12.7 boards. And Richard Amarty, 9.6 rebounds. Another guy that you mentioned, Brett.
Do you remember last year when I messed up Amarty's name? I called him Amarty Richard. That was funny.
I don't.
Just goes back to all those days that we had, all those good times.
That's right.
That's right. It's been a really special ride to be a part of this league from the first day of the inaugural season with the Windsor Express. Been a great ride, my friend. 3 years on the mic with you. Can't wait for the playoffs this year and the rest of this NBO Canada season.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic once again. With a stroke of luck, Windsor will be raising another banner.
In my opinion, though, I think the NBO Canada Championship is coming out of the Atlantic Division this year, to be honest. In my opinion.
Yeah, there's a lot of basketball left to be played, but I'm not going to argue with that assessment. And we have 4 teams right now, I think, that could win this thing. I don't think it's coming down to a couple. I think St. John's is right in the mix.
Yep. Brandon Robinson using that nice footwork. Oh, good defense from Bilal Ben. Picked his pocket.
Fantastic on-ball defense there by Bilal Ben.
Justin Moss off the glass. And one. Beautiful play. Orangeville. Fans, get up and celebrate this man. He's so good.
And it started with Daquan Brooks creating some space off the dribble, makes the right pass, and Justin Moss to the rack. So aggressive down low. You know, he didn't matter if he missed 2-3 shots straight. They go right back to him, and he makes something happen.
Moss completes the three-point play, opens up a 6-point lead for Orangeville.
And he's 15-7 with 1 minute to go in the second quarter.
Windsor looking to trim the deficit ahead of halftime. 1 minute to go exactly. Bennett for 3. Off the mark. Amarty. Pushing the ball up to Bodderford. And feed the machine. Justin Moss over to Bilal Ben for 3. No good.
Another O board.
Good spacing from Orangeville as well. Amarty for 3. It's good.
Yeah, everybody in the right place at the right time. Brett, spacing. That was the perfect descriptor to analyze that sequence of plays.
I remember speaking with official Paul Carter, I believe it was last season or a season ago, and he said that was the biggest difference that he found from the university level to this level.
Orangeville almost comes up with the basketball again.
They will say that's off the Windsor Express, so it is Orangeville basketball. No. Yes. Windsor's going back on defense.
And Windsor with just 3 points still when it comes to points from the bench scoring. We spoke about that what seemed like a lifetime ago. Really struggling to put the ball in the basket. 13 of 39 from the field for 33%. Orangeville not shooting that much better, but they've had such a strong second quarter. That's how they've pulled away.
Alex Johnson going to be called for a foul on the inbound. So that will give Orangeville free throws. And will ideally give Windsor the opportunity for a last shot before the quarter. But they're down by 10 points, Kobe.
And the team collectively now 10 of 15 from the free throw line for around 65%, which is close to their season average for the team. He makes Brooks makes both.
Pardon me. Robinson gets over the timeline. Kirk. He made it.
Captain Kirk.
Welcome back, Kirk Williams Jr.
And we spoke about the big playability from Kirk Williams Jr., who makes a major impact and shot as we will go into the halftime.
Yeah, Windsor was looking at an 11-point deficit until a long heave from Kirk Williams finds the bottom of the net and makes it a 8-point game at halftime.
Did he call bank there, Brett?
I'm not sure. I'll see if the bank's open this late.
I'll take it anyway.
We'll be back shortly after the halftime show with Aaron Sanders. Orangeville up 45-37. Windsor Express, Knockstrom.tv halftime show right now. Enjoy.
If it wasn't for that Chris Commons wishing that three-point shot, the Express would have trailed more, but they're down 45-37 as we reach that point of the telecast, another installment of the Knockstrom Halftime. I'm Aaron Sanders, once again, sports fans. Glad you're joining with us. All right, Denise, let's get the game start. Let's get the halftime show rolling. Now, the Windsor Express, so far, they're relying more inside than usual, but the shots haven't been going so far. It's either that or the Orangeville A's defense have been superior so far. And speaking of Orangeville, they're showing pace. They have great spacing when they move the ball around. And obviously, what we had an injury in the first quarter that is pinned to Lewis Jackson. We're assuming it's a right foot injury. We'll try to get more details as the game develops on later on in the second half. But Windsor Express, like I said, is driving inside, and this game marks the return of one Kirk Williams Jr. As most of you recall, 2 weeks ago when both of these squads faced out, it was him and Flenard Whitfield that got into a minor brouhaha that prompted Kirk Williams to be suspended for 3 games, and Whitfield, ironically enough, he is suspended for 1 game, and this is the game he is suspended for collecting 6 technical fouls so far early in the season. But Kirk Williams Jr.'s performance have been minimal so far, only scoring 6 points and 2 rebounds. So this is a lot of time to make up for that type of stuff. But the leading scorer so far for the Windsor Express, Shacky Keith with 11 points. Leading scorer for Orangeville belongs to Justin Motts with 15 points. As we see here, the field goal percentage is pretty close. Orangeville shooting 34% and the Express shooting an even 35%. A lot of ground to take over when the second half begins. And now we step away from this game. Let's talk about the NBLC Player of the Week. And it belongs to a former NBLC MVP. His name is Anthony Anderson, the 6'1" guard from the University of Massachusetts. And on February 18th, he has set 2 Millrats records, 2 team records. Not only scored the most points in the game, 51 points, but he connected on 9 3-point shots, which really got him to be why he is the NBLC Player of the Week. And he's a comfortable shooter the way you look at it, and he has a wide vision on the court. No matter if he's on offense or on defense, his wide vision prompts him to be confident in his shooting, confident in his teammates, to his teammates when he passes and makes those assists. And he is the 3rd Millrat player this year to be named the Player of the Week. So Anthony Anderson, congratulations to you. Put her there, the NBLC Player of the Week. And now we only have 1 game outside of the one we have here right now, and it just finished not so long ago. The Halifax Hurricanes complete a 7-game homestand by defeating the Niagara River Lions 116-93. Logan Stutz was the Niagara River Lions Player of the Game with 22 points and 10 rebounds. And previous NBLC Player of the Week, Mike Lover, is Halifax Player of the Game, 23 points and 8 rebounds. Niagara drops to 6-15. They're now 3-8 on the road. They have lost 4 of their last 5, and they'll be at Moncton tomorrow night, where they will go up against Paul McKeskey's Moncton Miracles, who have won 3 of their last 4 games. As for Halifax, they are now 9-3 on the homestand, won 5 of their 7 games on the homestand, and now they are away from their center as they go to St. John to play the Millrats this Sunday. We're going to step away for a little bit, but we'll be back for the tips for the second half. You're watching the Knockstrom Halftime.
You're watching Windsor Express, Orangeville Ace on Knoxstrom.tv. We'll be right back.
The A's are topping the Windsor Express 45-37. We're still here at halftime, the Knoxstrom halftime. Aaron Sanders back with you once again. We'll go down quickly the stats before the second half tips. So far, the Windsor Express and the Orangeville A's are really keeping it close in the bench scoring game. It is 10-6. Orangeville got the upper edge into this, and they also got the upper edge in the points in the paint. They outscored the Windsor Express inside 18-14, and that's pretty much leads us to the second half tips. Now for the Windsor Express, if you are the Express, you really got to widen your vision out defensively, because you're seeing Orangeville getting all those buckets. They're going to the line more, so you really got to be careful with the contact. And if you see if there's a lot of spaces on the court defensively, you have to go man to man, because it's no point setting up for a zone if all you're creating is space on the defense. So you really have to tighten up on the defense, go man to man, and when you're on the offensive side, don't sell yourself less than either a mid-range jumper or drive all the way to the hoop. If you're Orangeville, you got to keep on playing as is right now. Get close to the hoop. Make sure you don't get interrupted by Windsor's defense. You got to find a way. Don't try to improvise it. Keep your tempo up and try to set up plays when it's necessary. Those are your second half tips for you, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, the Windsor Express trailing by 8, 45-37. And we mentioned before, a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, on March the 3rd, we'll be back with you once again with another Knoxstrom telecast as the Windsor Express play against the league-leading London Lightning. As you've seen the last few games that these two have played, the Windsor Express has showed up on almost all of them, winning 3 of their last 4 against the team. And it's always great when you have a 401 rivalry coming at you on your TV screen or on the internet, wherever you may be. Great NBLC action we have for you on March the 3rd. But speaking of this game, we have a second half coming for you. As the Express trailed by 8, they look to bounce back and try to be winners of 6 of their last 8, try to move their record to 12-10. What we're going to do now, we're going to pause for another commercial break, but when we return, we will have thoughts from Mitch Kobe and Brett Hedges, and we'll roll on with the second half. You've been watching the Knoxstrom halftime. Stick around. We'll return following this commercial timeout.
Do you love me?
Of course I love you. Hey, guess what? I got a job interview tomorrow.
Hunter, you're not listening. How do you know that my love for you is real? Is any of this real?
You have delusional psychosis.
Quote, you're now working for a powerful drug cartel.
I want to get out of here and move on. It's not gonna.
Sometimes love can blind people from reality.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is halftime here at the WFCU Center. Thank you very much, Aaron Sanders, for your wonderful halftime show analysis. Brett Hedges and Kobe K here at the media booth at halftime, and it was really a tale of two quarters between both sides. Windsor Express coming out strong in the first, but Orangeville storming back in the second to take a big lead.
Yeah, I think they shot about 20% collectively through the first quarter, speaking of the Orangeville A's, but they got it up to 34%, and they also scored 4 3-pointers, and I believe all of them were scored in the second quarter. They did a better job in the glass than the Windsor Express. 33 total rebounds, 12 on the offensive end, to Windsor's 22. So those were really the areas, and then of course the points in the paint. Orangeville with 18 points in the paint to Windsor's 14, and then Orangeville with 13 second chance points to Windsor's 3. We didn't get a lot of bench production out of the Windsor Express, only 6 points. So Windsor needs to find a way to inject some life into this team. Was that done at halftime? We will find out shortly. Whatever the Coach Jones's went over, but we know Kirk Williams Jr. hit a monster shot to close out the second quarter. Close to a half-court attempt there. It was a heave, went off the glass and in. Cut this deficit to single digits. So big bucket. But Orangeville got to be feeling good going into the third Q.
Absolutely. It's the sixth meeting between the two teams this season. And with Windsor up 3-2 in the season series, this would certainly make things very interesting in the Central. Should Orangeville pull out the victory, they would be 3-3 in the season series. They'd move up to 6 wins to get even with Niagara, who just beat London. So things are really heating up here.
Indeed. We'll look at some of these Windsor Express numbers, and we didn't get a lot of production out of some of the key guys. Tony Bennett only had 2 points. He was 1 of 3 from the field. Brandon Robinson, 3 of 8. 7 points. He's a guy that scores well over 20 points per game, so he's below his season average. But we know this third and fourth quarter, probably going to see a different guy. It was Shaquille Keith, 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 3 from the line. He had 11 points. Chris Commons chipped in 7. And Kirk Williams Jr., 6 points. So these Windsor Express players really need to get going offensively. Be careful with the basketball. We've seen too many turnovers for my liking. 19 collective turnovers between both teams. 10 for the A's, 9 for the Windsor Express.
Coming back out for second half action, the Orangeville A's will bring out Daquan Brooks, Jamison Tipping, Bilal Ben, Richard Amarty, and Justin Moss.
And these are all the guys that were doing the damage for the Orangeville A's. Richard Amarty with 12 points, 8 boards. Moss, 15 points, 7 boards. And then Daquan Brooks, 4 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds.
Orangeville gonna have possession to start the game. They're gonna be going right to left with the red jersey with the black trim. Windsor will be going left to right with the white jerseys and red trim. Thank you for joining us for second half action on Knockstrom.tv. Brett Hedges and Kobe K on the call for you. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to click the HD tab in the bottom right corner as Amarty can't knock down the opening shot of the second half. Here comes Brandon Robinson on the Windsor Express. So Justin Moss is going to be called for holding. Chris Commons down low as the two big men were battling.
Justin Moss, so aggressive. Just all fight down there on the block. Chris Commons helped him up, show sportsmanship.
Shaquille Keith can't get it to fall. Kirk Williams Jr. tried to follow that up. Can't get it to fall. Daquan Brooks gets fouled from behind by Shaquille Keith. And it will be Orangeville basketball.
We got 26 total fouls between the two teams, so we're right around that 50 mark, Brett. I went with the under. Looking good for you so far, my friend.
Tipping. Using a high screen from Justin Moss, swings it over to Bilal Ben. Bilal Loses it. Brandon Robinson in transition. Goes A to B. Can't score with the left hand.
He had Kirk Williams Jr. cutting, but elects to take it to the rack himself.
That's a tough pass to make. Don't blame him. Moss has a shot partially blocked by Chris Commons.
Out of bounds, Orangeville ball.
Out of bounds, it'll be Orangeville basketball. .47 remaining in the third quarter. Windsor trailing Orangeville by 8. No basket has been scored in the second half so far. Shaquille Keith getting his hands active on the defensive side of the ball. Knocking it away. And I don't think it's been a lack of defense, Kobe. It's been more of so just a lack of execution on the other side of the floor that has the Express down.
I think that's spot on.
Justin Moss gonna soak up another foul. He'll go back to the free throw line, and Brandon Robinson is gonna be called for the foul.
And Moss 7 of 10 from the line. He'll have. Oh, it won't. Looks like it won't be a shooting foul.
We're gonna rock down to the Electric Avenue. Amarty knocks it down right out of the set.
14 points, 8 boards for Amarty.
Shaquille Keith driving. Draws a foul on Jamison Tipping. It's a whole lot of momentum going one way. Shaquille Keith.
Just a bulldozer. 11 points for Shaquille Keith. He is 3 of 3 to start this game from the charity stripe. The Windsor Express shooting collectively over 70% from the line. Tonight they are 6 of 7 thus far.
Shout out to Brad Bondi, season ticket holder.
Give it up for Brad
Doing
Bondi.
wiping the floor. I just think those are
I
fair.
missed it completely.
No, Brad. It's not the first time Brad's done that.
I didn't see what happened.
They just sits courtside, wiping up the sweat from some players. Good play there from Daquan Brooks to save it from going out of bounds. Richard Amarty breaks the press. Ingenuity by the Orangeville A's there. Blocked. Nope. Foul going to be called. That one's going to go against Commons.
That is 4 on Chris Commons, I believe.
Express foul to number 24, Chris Commons, his 4th personal.
So now Moss will go to the line.
Yes.
7 of 10. Somewhere he's having some success, shooting 70% so far in this one. And the Orangeville A's just having their way with forcing the Windsor Express to play their game.
Yep, I completely agree. This reminds me of kind of the David Magley A's that we saw from a year ago. They were just so physical. They would just take it right at you, either soak up a foul or knock down the shot, or both. Made them very, very hard to play against.
So the Express need to find a way to create some more space for their players, get some transition buckets. They got to take care of the basketball, but they need some of these guys to step up and score now. Tony Bennett just 2 points, and then Brandon Robinson with just 7. Chris Commons having to sit with the 4 fouls.
That's disappointing for him.
They need somebody else to step up.
Shaquille Keith drives with his left hand. Can't get it to score, but Kirk Williams Jr. does. Tips it in.
Both of those guys we talked about at the start of this game, Kirk Williams Jr. and Shaquille Keith, being real game changers.
Bilal Ben gets in the side of the three-point line, turns around, can't knock down the jumper. Maurice Bolden. Shaq Keith over the timeline, working against Jamison Tipping. They're ISOing him. No, they give it over to Tony Bennett.
I like that matchup for Tony Bennett. I think he needs to
Kirk Williams for 3.
exploit it.
Bilal Ben with the rebound. Windsor down 7 Tipping. Over to Brooks. He's working against Robinson. Finds a little slot, but he is blocked away from B-Rob.
The Windsor Express with their 4th block of the game. Brooks is quite the spark plug.
Bilal Ben gets inside the 3-point line. Nice roll there from Copes.
Beautiful
Scores off the glass.
Beautiful pass inside, and Coach Jones wants to talk it over. No?
Nope.
Pardon me?
No timeout call. Pardon me. So they're down by 9 points, 8:41 to go here in the third quarter. Robinson put it off his foot. Now it's over to Bennett once again. They're going to reset. Tony Bennett finds Kirk Williams. Oh, he can't score in tight.
Nice pick and roll play there. Nothing happening, though, for the Express.
Copes, turn around, leaves it.
We got some players down.
Bennett can't get it to fall. Kirk Williams Jr. Mo Bolden in the low post. Jamison tipping. So Mo Bolden nearly scored. And then Kirk Williams on the follow-up nearly scored, but a foul was called.
Mo Bolden with a little slick move down there on the baseline, able to step around and create some space.
Sorry, they're going to call.
At the line for the Express.
Mo Bolden's going to get the 2 free throws. So good to see Mo loosening up a little bit. Seems to have warmed up. If Chris Commons is out, they're going to need him to warm up. So.
And he's a guy that can certainly replicate some of the paint play, especially on the boards.
Misses the first free throw. Windsor down by 9. Mobo trying to make it an even 8.
The Express still struggling from the field, 15 of 48 collectively for 31%, 3 of 15 from downtown for 20%, but they are shooting well from the free throw line, 9 of 10.
Tipping checks out. Rick Bodiford checks in. Crosses the timeline, gives it over to Brooks. Bodiford kicks it out to Bilal Ben. Brooks for 3. No good. Shaquille Keith with the rebound. Shaquille Keith loses it on his way to the basket. Offensive foul. Richard Amarty looking, both teams looking for the call either way. Brandon Robinson was there to take the shoulder in the chest. The officials will confirm it is an offensive foul.
Yeah, and that's the right call. Brandon Robinson sacrificing the body.
Got to stick to your guns.
Because on the play prior, Maurice Bolden wide open at the 3-point line. Brandon Robinson stopping what could have been a for sure probably 2-point basket. These are the sacrifices.
Robinson now fouled on his way to the basket. We'll go to the free throw line. 7:13 to go here in the third quarter.
Do you want to reset that over-under for 75? I'll take the over.
I was joking when I said 50, as that would be too low. What is our record? 80-something?
Oh, there was a game, yeah, where...
I think it was Mississauga last year.
Yeah, that was quite the chess match.
Bruisers. The old Bruisers.
I'll never forget that. B-Rob makes the first.
You know what I'll never forget? First season of the NBL for the Windsor Express. Game 4 between the then Summerside Storm. Darren Duncan knocks down a game-winning layup at the buzzer.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got that from.
Chipping in, going into the old memory bank.
The archives, if you will. Thanks for Facebook for that, you know. They always say, like, what did you do on this day 3 years ago?
Yeah, see the memories.
Most of the time it's like I ate ice cream and did nothing, but Shaquille Keith with another steal. That's got to be a handful for the young man. Tony Bennett in transition.
He's really helping this team get back in this thing, but the lead 6 points.
Missed opportunity for the Express there. Mo Bolden cutting to the basket. Tony Bennett thought he was going to be hanging out around the elbow. So they got their signals crossed there, and it's Orangeville basketball.
Definitely communication's been off tonight.
A little bit off. It's been 5-6 days since game. Played here Saturday against London, a 91-88 thriller. Aaron Sanders and Mitch Kobe K on the call for that one. Hope you guys enjoyed the halftime show as Eric Copes can't finish in tide, gets his own rebound and scores.
Orangeville getting it done at the rim.
I love watching Chris Thomas. He has so much energy for his team. Kirk Williams Jr. gets a beautiful pass from Tony Bennett and scores right underneath the basket.
So really it's been Kirk Williams Jr. and Shaquille Keith that have been breathing life into this team in the third quarter.
Bilal Ben over to Copes. He faces up. Can't score.
Good ball rotation for the Orangeville A's, though.
They're playing really sharp.
12 collective team assists. Hey.
And one.
Who else? Kirk Williams Jr., number 32.
KW3.
Alex's boy. Getting her done.
Captain Kirk.
Uh-oh. Oh, I thought he was coming on. Alex was going to talk about Kirk Williams Jr., but he touched the mic and backed away.
Kirk Williams Jr., a former member of the Oshawa Power back in the Windsor Express's inaugural season. Came over in a trade last year before the deadline.
12 points, 5 boards, make it 13 points, and this is why this guy is so important.
Intangibles.
That's it, baby.
Al Davis said it. Just win, baby, win.
The often forgotten intangibles.
And they're going to give Justin Moss a push-off foul. And, yep, that will be Justin Moss's foul.
Orangeville foul to number 20, Justin Moss's second personal.
His second personal foul. That will bring us to the media timeout. We're just going to take a short break here with Windsor Express Basketball on Knoxstrom.tv. We'll be back right after the media timeout, folks. Take care.
You are watching Windsor Express, Orangeville A's on Knoxstrom.tv. We'll be right back.
Welcome back here, folks, out of the timeout during third quarter action between the Orangeville A's and the Windsor Express. Just gonna catch you up on our lead scores at the time. For the Orangeville A's, it is Justin Moss with 16 points. The lead rebounder for the A's is Richard Amarty with 9, and the lead assist man is Bilal Ben with 5. For Windsor, Shaquille Keith and Kirk Williams Jr. both have 13 points. Mo Bolden has 6 rebounds, and Tony Bennett leads the way with 4 assists. Eric Frederick making his first appearance of the game, working in the low post. Gets it to go for the opening basket out of the media timeout. Windsor gets it within 1 point out of the timeout. Daquan Brooks looking to answer for Orangeville. Brandon Robinson going to be called for the foul. Justin Moss back to the free throw line. Before the timeout, he was called for an offensive foul. Getting right back into it with this possession. And he's looking to be he is still our game leading scorer. 16 points, but looking for more.
Seven boards, and he's 8 of 12 from the line. Make it 9 of 13. Doing a lot of damage from the free throw line is Justin Moss. Just a dynamic force in the paint for the Orangeville A's.
Yep. Knocks down both.
So after a bit of a slow start, he stays aggressive and has really got it going.
Eric Frederick working against Rick Bodiford again. Oh, Kirk Williams Jr. again.
And let's talk for a moment about the pass.
Yep.
That was spectacular. Eric Frederick with the dime.
And he's fresh coming off that bench for the Windsor Express, so a basket and an assist already.
Yep. And there's Justin Moss again making it happen down low.
Yep.
19 points.
Tony Bennett working against Daquan Brooks, going to his left. Frederick again, 3 possessions in a row, they're going to go to him. He shoots from 3. It's good. Eric Frederick.
A field goal, an assist, and a 3-point basket.
Yep.
Who is this man?
Recently signed Eric Frederick. Was signed after the Coliseum game. They moved Paul Cooper and Chris Matthews Jr. to make room for Eric Frederick. Yeah, he's another big body.
And he was 0 for 5 throughout his first couple games here at the Windsor Express, getting his feet wet, and then comes out tonight off the bench here in the third and starts lighting it up.
Must be playing in rhythm. Mo Boldham, nice jab step, gives it out to B-Rob for 3. And the Express faithful love it.
And a huge bucket from Brandon Robinson as this crowd is officially back in it.
Beautiful behind-the-back pass from Daquan Brooks. Oh, he just couldn't finish it.
Yeah, if you're the Orangeville A's, you want to make that shot count, especially after Robinson's bucket.
Tony Bennett with an ill-advised pass. Leads to an Orangeville opportunity, but shouldn't have had that popcorn. Unfortunately, Marty can't hang on to the basketball.
Rick Bodiford throwing a laser over there.
The Orangeville bench trying to stay positive.
Coltrane loves it, carrying around his signature and model sledgehammer, or is that thing real?
I think that's the hammer of Thor, to be honest. Hammer of Thor.
Somebody call Thor. He wants his hammer back.
That's right.
Wah, wah, wah.
Screen and roll. Tony Bennett in the corner.
Oh.
Can't get it to fall.
Justin Moss with his 8th board to go along with 20 points.
Bilal Ben puts up a teardrop. Can't get it to fall. Frederick gets the loose ball. B-Rob in transition for 3. Oh, and both Windsor Express players just mistimed that jump on the rebound. Frederick gonna pick up a foul on Justin Moss. A good foul from Frederick. Not giving up anything easy, of course.
The Orangeville A's with 13 collective team assists. I'm very impressed with the way they've been passing the basketball as a team tonight. We've seen Rick Bodiford there in that sequence with another great pass.
Only the best for our fans of the NBL Canada. Folks, if you're not doing anything, make sure you check out the NBL Canada fan page on Facebook. And of course, make sure you check out the NBL Canada live YouTube channel to check out the latest NBL Canada This Week podcast.
Moss, 10 of 14 from the line. He looks to add to his 20-point total.
Circled the drain, just rattled out, unfortunately. We've had some on the podcast. We've had some great contributions from Orangeville's play-by-play announcer, Kelsey Wright. So, Kelsey, if you're watching, thank you for all that great contribution. Doing a great job with the A's organization.
Oh, and thank you to Superfan Shannon, who just shouted us all out on Twitter for the quality broadcast.
Make sure you're clicking the HD tab in the right bottom hand corner. Mo Bolden for 3. It's good.
Cash money, Mobo from the corner. And just like that, the Express up by 5.
And their bench production has gone way up in the past 3 minutes.
It certainly has. It's actually 24 points now, Brett.
For a while it was only 3, and that's why the Express were struggling. Here they go in transition now. Mo Bolden swings it to Frederick. He shoots off the front rim, but Mo Bolden's there. Robinson can't get it to fall. Saving it. No, not saving it. Eric Copes knocked it out of bounds.
And a tragedy because that would have been Orangeville's basketball.
Yeah, after the miss from Robinson. I know you always want to try and grab that loose ball just at the end of his fingertips there.
Yeah, it's a reaction from players that are like warriors. They want that basketball.
Gladiators of the hard court, as our friend Alex would say.
For all of those addicted to drama.
Brandon Robinson shakes off a defender and scores.
Creates himself a nice easy path to the net.
Bodiford drives baseline, reverse, and he gets fouled from Maurice Bolden.
Rick Bodiford looking for his first points of the evening.
Rick Bodiford also knocking down a buzzer beater shot to beat Windsor this year. That was in Orangeville earlier in the season. I believe it was 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Heartbreaker.
Heartbreak City. Rick Bodiford knocks down the first free throw. Hey, there we go. This is why we do shout-outs.
Last minute of play in the quarter.
Get instant recognition on Twitter. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, Kelsey, for giving us a shout. Thank you for all the great work you do. Maurice Bolden steps inside and knocks down a elbow jumper.
And a pretty little shot there. Maurice Bolden showing off the versatility. 6 points, 8 boards for the big fella.
Bilal Ben. Rick Bodiford. Oh, nice pass there. Justin Moss scores.
With a little in-air adjustment, Justin Moss, 23 points, 8 rebounds. Just a beast. So tough to deal with around that rim.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Robinson for 3. Off the mark. Good box out there from Eric Copes.
Brandon Robinson with an uncanny ability to create shots. He can take the smallest amount of space and just give himself enough room to shoot.
The Windsor Express up 66 to 61 after 3 quarters of play. We're going to take a short break. You're watching Windsor Express basketball on Knockstrom.tv. Welcome back to third quarter. In between the third quarter and fourth quarter here, between the Windsor Express and Orangeville A's. Windsor coming back a little bit in that, not a little bit, Kobe, a lot of it in that quarter. Coming down back from an 8-point deficit at halftime. Now they lead by 5 heading into the fourth.
And most definitely, it was the play of Kirk Williams Jr. and Shaquille Keith. Those are the 2 guys that got it going for Windsor. Everybody else was struggling. They needed a couple players to really step up, and then Brandon Robinson followed suit. Kirk Williams Jr., 15 points, 5 boards, 4 or 5 from the free throw line. Shaquille Keith, 13 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Brandon Robinson really came on late there, 14 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And then, of course, Maurice Bolden, 6 points, 8 boards. And like you talked about, Brett, the Windsor Express bench started really lighting it up. Now they have 26 points. We were at 3 for quite some time, so that was really, really important.
And I
the
think
Express collectively almost now shooting 40%. They're at 38%, and they were stuck at around 30 for most of the game. And you're not going to win shooting the basketball at that percentage.
Yeah, I agree. They were struggling shooting the ball, but I think it was the insertion of Eric Frederick into the game. He really gave them some energy. He scored off the block on the first possession when they came out of the timeout to him. Made a nice pass on the next possession, and things really seemed to roll from there. Eric Frederick really providing a spark off the bench in some limited time for the Express.
Yeah, he did a good job for sure. Another impact guy, 5 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. And for the Orangeville A's, it's really been all Justin Moss, 23 points, 8 boards. And then Richard Amarty, chipping in 14 points, 9 boards. They have other players that are contributing, and we know Daquan Brooks doing a great job. He's got 4 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds.
We'll decide the victor after 12 minutes of play here or more. Well, who knows? Laura Bolden for 3.
So that's a really big statement to start the fourth quarter for the Windsor Express. Maurice Bolden hitting a big triple.
69-61, the Windsor Express lead. 11 and a half minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Brett Hedges and Kobe Cave for Knockstrom.tv. Jamison Tipping's 3 is off the mark.
And the Express protecting the basketball much better in the third quarter. Just 11 total turnovers for the team, I believe 2 in the third quarter.
Bolden over to Robinson. Eric Frederick in the low post facing up on Jamison Tipping. Let's go over 3.
Oh!
It's good.
I don't even know what to say. The big man stepping on the outside with a little crossover and up with the long triple.
The product of Texas Wesleyan College.
I didn't think that was a great shot when he let it go, but I stand corrected.
Even Steph Curry doesn't take the best shots, but when he knocks it down, you say, good shot, Steph. Justin Moss can't knock it down from the extended elbow. Windsor up 11 points now.
Out of nowhere, Frederick. Boom! Who is this man?
Eric Frederick, number 11, 6'8", 230 pounds.
0 for 5 coming into this game. Unbelievable.
And that's where you see the cohesion. Sometimes these players, we saw Eric prior to the Clash of the Coliseum game. He had been working out, waiting for some moves to bring him, get him onto the team. And he's really stepped it up today.
Yep, 4 or 5 from the field, but more importantly, 3 big 3-pointers. The team 9 of 24 for 37%. That was another area in this game where they really struggled. So he is helping those percentages out from downtown.
And Coach Bill Jones talking to Eric Frederick, giving him some encouragement. Probably saying, hey, get yourself ready in there. Later in the game.
Yeah, he's putting him in his back pocket for later, that's for sure.
And just thinking about just the size acquisition. You got Rudolph Jolly, you got Eric Frederick at 6'8",
and Theo Davis.
So that's where that size was missing all season.
Meat and potatoes.
That's right. Meanwhile, the meat and potatoes of the Orangeville A's lighting it up for 20-plus points again as Shaquille Keith scores.
15 points now for Shaq Keith. 5 of 13 from the field. Getting it done at the rack.
Brampton native as well, one of the 4 Canadians on the Express squad.
Oh,
beautiful drive by Daquan Brooks.
Flashy stuff. Looking like he's on some NBA 2K16 stuff right there.
It reminds me of Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. And that drive in particular was spectacular. Mm-hmm. The old up and under, finishing with the left hand.
The headband doesn't help either.
That really
sells it.
Yeah. Same sort of thing in terms of stature. It's got some tats.
Phenomenal player.
That would be accurate. I drafted Isaiah Thomas very late on my fantasy roster, and he is producing first-round value. Anyway, back to NBL action.
That's right. Alex Johnson in the corner to Mo Bolden. Spin move off the glass and one.
Count it, Mo. Now this is Windsor Express basketball, folks. They have started this fourth quarter out just like Coach Jones would have wanted them to.
And
Number 13, Richard Armardi is fourth.
79-63 the score.
And 4 fouls on Amarty, which is important because he was the team's second leading scorer with 14 points and also 9 rebounds, so he was doing quite a bit.
That is going to prompt a timeout call from Coach Chris Davis of the Orangeville A's. Quickly, he's found his team down 17 points.
Windsor stopped allowing the Orangeville A's to dictate the pace and stopped letting them play their game. They're no longer being bullied. And Orangeville now much more quiet because Windsor started hitting some big shots. We talked about Shaquille Keith. We talked about Kirk Williams Jr. And then, of course, your boy Eric Frederick. So those 3 players really igniting the Windsor Express. And collectively as a team now, 42% from the field. Very, very important. And then the bench scoring now is up to 38. So you do the math, and it's not easy. It's not hard to figure out how the Windsor Express have pulled away to a 17-point lead.
This is the second of 4 straight home games for the Windsor Express. Next Thursday, we will be here next week we'll be here on back-to-back nights beginning Thursday against the London Lightning before coming back the next night against Niagara. So with this homestand, like we spoke earlier, Kobe, this can be a really big stretch of games for the Windsor Express.
Absolutely, and it allows them to try to close this gap with the London Lightning. And they have a game against London, which is really going to work in their favor if they win, because that allows them to really take a step up. We're going to look at this standings here. London 16-6, the Windsor Express 11-10.
And then the next night, of course, you've got Niagara, who just beat London a few nights ago after putting in new head coach, Grace Lecole. Sorry for the pronunciation if I did it wrong. But first game back, it leads them to a 101-98 victory over London. So some big things happening in Niagara, but you can't. Sorry, I was going to say, and some also big things coming out of Moncton as well. So new head coaches doing some great things for their teams early on. And let's hope that it seems for some long-term success.
Yeah, the Niagara River Lions might be their first year in the league, but they want to win now, and they're committed to doing what's best for that franchise, and sometimes there needs to be coaching changes and for the betterment of the organization, and they elected to make those now.
Brooks is blocked by Shaquille Keith. Nice strong drive. Shaquille Keith just cut the gap and blocked that shot right off the backboard. Theo Davis has the ball poked away. In transition, Bilal Ben has it poked away from Brandon Robinson, and Brandon Robinson ends up in the lap of Alex Temesi.
Someone just got up close and personal with Brandon Robinson.
Yeah, Mr. Temesi, a 5-year veteran with the St. Clair Saints basketball program here in Windsor, Ontario at the OCAA level. One of the leading scorers of the program's history. Sitting next to his good friend and CFL Blue Bomber, Evan Prashanek, as Lewis Monks knocks down the jumper in the middle of the key.
He now has 4 points, and that's a good shot for the Orangeville A's. Little jump shot right off the elbow, and one they had to make.
And the last time we saw Orangeville here, it was Lewis Monks that led them with 24 points, and I believe it was his first game.
And now it's Orangeville looking for somebody to step up.
So Theo Davis is going to be called for a push on the rebound. There's a reason why that was such an easy board for him.
Express foul, number 40, Theo Davis is fourth.
So Kirk Williams will come into the game now, and the spark plug himself, Kirk Williams Jr.
I like the matchup right now of Alex Johnson and Daquan Brooks. Some real speed, aggressive guard play there.
Lewis Monks knocks down the 3.
It's funny, you were just talking about that guy, Brett. He's now scored 2 consecutive baskets for the Windsor Express. 1 is a triple. Slashing into this lead down to 12.
A sniper. Lewis Monks getting it done. Robinson for 3. No good. Off the backboard. Saving it from going out of bounds. Kirk Williams Jr. Getting it back is Kirk Williams Jr. from Robinson.
And a very unselfish play by Kirk Williams Jr., who had a shot from the three-point line, gave it up to Brandon Robinson, and his good karma comes back.
That's right. The ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
So that ball was knocked away from Shaquille Keith. That's why there's no backcourt violation. Monks.
Ooh, Alex Johnson.
Moss gets it back, though, and it rattles every single part of the rim before it goes in.
25 points for Justin Moss to go along with 8 rebounds. Now they're falling.
Shaquille Keith, step back jumper. No good.
That thing almost popped back up in the basket.
Yep, Mo Bolden careful not to get a foul there. Brooks changing direction.
Oh! And he steals the ball. Throws it away.
That just shows how much skill this young man has. And I'm going to tell you right now,
I'm impressed, man.
Brett Hedges is a big Daquan Brooks fan.
Yeah, I am too. The ball looked like it was on his string there. Wasn't able to finish that layup, but that was highlight reel stuff.
I agree. He reminds me a lot of Omar Strong.
Yeah, he can just lull you to sleep off the dribble killer crossover.
He's got that left-hand swing.
I'm impressed, man. I really am. I've really enjoyed watching this kid play.
Absolutely. Windsor up 82-70 over the Orangeville A's right now. Timeout called midway through the 4th quarter. How about some words from our humble servant, Alejandro?
Well, let me talk to Mr. Shannon Van Watt.
Yep.
He must be watching the game, and you know that had get healthy, get some recovery. Here, all the team, we send you good vibes.
Absolutely, Shannon, one of the best fans that I've ever seen at any level, regardless of sport, professional, amateur, whatever. He's just a great person for this league. We wish him the best in his health.
And also our viewers in Orangeville.
Yep.
Yes. Hello, thanks for watching our live stream. We're trying to do the best we can.
Yep. Thank you very much for all the support from Orangeville and across the NBL Canada. Big shout out to the Orangeville A's organization, their live stream team. Play-by-play announcer Kelsey Wright doing a great job over there.
Yes.
We gotta make a road trail up to Orangeville sometime.
Yes, I remember I went there to the
combine.
Yes, the combine was really nice. The people were really kind, and it was really good.
That's good. Kirk Williams Jr. gets the basketball on the ensuing possession after the timeout. And the ball gets stuck up between the rim and the basket. And it's in the backboard, pardon me. Coming out of the timeout, Windsor up 82-70. Alex Johnson subs out. Tony Bennett checks in. Windsor still have possession on the baseline. Frederick, the trigger man. Kirk Williams Jr. can't knock down the elbow jumper. And Amarty will push the ball up the floor. Amarty's three-pointer no good. Mo Bolden with the three-pointer.
I like the play call there, though, for the Orangeville A's. Able to get a good shot there at the top of the perimeter.
Frederick spins the dips that shoulder, gets underneath the fender, and draws a foul. Eric Frederick showing Express fans what kind of skill set this young man has. We haven't seen too much of him here, and he's kind of having himself a little coming out party today.
Well, I'm impressed with the three-point shot. He's a 6'8 forward, 250 pounds. You know, looks like he can bang down low, but this guy's 3 of 4 from downtown. Quite impressive. He also has 2 assists. And, I mean, he came into this game late.
Yeah.
And he's already got 11 points. And
Yeah.
he was one of the guys that helped turn it around. Really, it was
quarter.
him, Kirk Williams Jr., and Shaquille Keith.
Yes, completely agree. Yeah, Eric Frederick.
Ices both. Good things could be in store in the future here for the Windsor Express. Stolen.
Junior, it's showtime.
Could have been a foul there to boot, but Kirk Williams Jr. with just a huge bucket. Express now push this lead to 16.
Bilal Ben swings it over to Amarty. He gets in between a couple of defenders and scores at the hoop.
Playing with 4 fouls, attacking the rim, showing no fear. 16 points now for Amarty.
5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Kirk Williams Jr. finds Shaquille Keith. Up fake, gets Amarty's hands up in the air, and he draws contacts. Shaquille Keith going in for 2.
And a beautiful pass there by Kirk Williams Jr. to help make that play happen.
Richard Amarty, that is his 5th personal, team 5th. Shot at the
Team
line.
team fouls right now, Brett, are 50.
Darn.
Well, there's 4:53 left, so you might win the over/under. Oh no, I said below 50. You won.
Oh, you said below. I'm sorry.
No, wait a sec. I said over.
I thought you said
No,
over.
I said under.
Make up your mind. The bookies aren't going to like this.
I'll buy you coffee.
You know I'm an ice cap man. Bilal Ben
Ooh.
scores at the hoop for 2. Finds himself a seam.
5 points now for Ben. Struggling from the field, 2 of 10, but definitely some important points for the Orangeville A's.
Frederick with his left hand spinning to the right off the glass. No good. Rebound. Eric Frederick
Strong.
going right to the free throw line.
Fans love it.
Yeah, hard work and hustle will get you a lot of stuff in this league, and that will be Richard Amarty's 6th foul of the game as well.
Big
So,
man rocking the headband. Number 11. Looks like a young Zach Randolph out there.
Young
Taking 2
Zebo.
shots for the Express.
But Zebo didn't have no long ball, so
It's very true.
maybe DeMarcus Cousins.
Eric Frederick to the free throw line.
The Express 16 of 19 from the charity stripe for 84%, shooting well above their season average.
Frederick knocking it down.
17 to 20. That's the kind of free throw shooting we like to see around here, Brett. Meanwhile, I'd be going like 2 for 10.
Over. This guy, on the other hand, this guy was the Windsor Essex Regional Free Throw Champion in 8th grade.
Who was?
This guy right here, Brett Hedges. There's only other 2 kids in the competition. I'm just kidding.
Hey, no, congratulations. We all got to have our little Al Bundy moment, right?
Al Bundy, yes.
4 touchdowns at Pokai. Remember me? I got those. Want to start trading stories, war stories?
Broadcast stories are fun, though. Can't wait to see what kind of buzzer beaters we're going to see this year across the league. I wonder what's going to happen across the league this week. So many different leagues.
Yeah, it's insane.
We're counting, but we're counting buzzer beaters, not just waiting for them. Like,
Well, there's also changes within organizations. You know, players released, players traded, players suspended. There's always some kind of ensuing drama. Good drama, though.
Absolutely.
Right?
Lewis
Exciting
Monk.
stuff.
Yeah, Lewis Monk's going to the free throw line. He got fouled by Eric Frederick on the way down from a three-point area, so he'll have 3 attempts.
And he's got 7 points in, what would I say, were limited minutes, 3 of 5 from the field. He's got an assist and a rebound. Doing a great job. But if the Orangeville A's want to make this a game again, these things got to drop.
15-point difference. We've seen
Correction, that's 3
a
shots.
lot crazier things happen. So Lewis Monks with 2 free throws here, he can get it to 13.
Yeah, it'll be tough. Orangeville's not a big three-point shooting team, but stranger things have happened.
I remember literally my first game working with Alex. I remember we were playing Halifax.
Back there in the days.
Yep. I think we were down by 12 points in the final 60 seconds, and we ended up making it a 2-point game. So,
yep, somebody channeled their inner Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady. So, subs coming in. Yep, Luke Monks checks out. Eric Copes checks in, I believe.
The Express bench outscoring the Orangeville A's bench 46-24. An amazing stat considering how this game started.
Chris Commons in the low post working against Jamison Tipping. Kirk Williams Jr. follows it up, scores.
And he cracks 20 points. Captain Kirk. He's my guy, Brett.
Tipping, no good. Frederick with the rebound. Tony Bennett slowing it down, using some clock.
Yep. Wise move by the point guard.
His team's up 15 points. Chris Commons in the low post. 7 seconds to work. Wow. Beautiful drop step.
Yeah, in the perfect amount of space. He knew exactly where he was and how much room he needed to step around and finish that layup.
The Windsor Express all-time leader in games played. Points.
Frederick with another rebound.
Chris Commons 4th all-time in league scoring.
Yeah.
Now he's going back at it again. No, that pass is deflected away. Daquan Brooks had his hand on it. Now he gets it back at the three-point line. Quick passes.
Beautiful.
Foul on Eric Copes. Brandon Robinson's going to soak it up. Beautiful basketball from the Orangeville A's.
Great spacing, great passing. Unable to finish, but they can possibly draw some offense out of that sequence of passes from the free throw line.
At the line, number 31, Eric
Copes knocks down the first free throw. Hey, big shout out to our crew today. Aaron Sanders doing a great job with the Knoxstrom postgame and halftime show. Our camera crew today, Dave and Leo. And of course, our humble servant, as he likes to be called, Alejandro de Armero.
What a game, Brett. What a game. The third and fourth quarter, very strong for the Windsor Express. Able to really get back to that grassroots championship level basketball.
Orangeville retains possession now after Commons picked up his 5th foul. Copes couldn't knock it down from in tight. Brooks can't knock down the three-pointer. Brandon Robinson with the with the rebound, pardon me.
He lost his headband. That's how I knew that wasn't going in.
Brandon Robinson hobbled. Coming up the floor. Tony Bennett leaves it for Commons. And one.
Chris Commons finishes at the rim. Consecutive plays for the Windsor Express. He will crack the 10-point mark. And Tony Bennett with his 7th assist.
Brandon Robinson favoring his lower body. He's going to head to the bench. I'm assuming he's not going to come back out today.
2 and change left. Really no point. Lead now ballooned up to 18, if my math is correct.
Your math is correct, sir.
Because it isn't always correct.
No. Bilal Ben. Looking inside, Eric Copes spins away from the defender, goes off the glass, can't get it to fall. Eric Frederick tried to soar in and grab that one, but couldn't get 2 hands on it. Orangeville ball, 1:48 to go here. Folks, stay tuned for Aaron Sanders' Knockstrom postgame show. Oh, Monks for 3. Lewis Monks.
Beautiful shot there. Monks now with 12 points, and he has hit 2 triples.
And a few words for the Windsor Express bench as they went back on defense.
And a turnover.
Good defense from Alex Johnson there not to let anything happen in transition. He stopped Bilal Ben's defense. Oh, Ben, then he scores. Ben's dribble there. Bilal Ben, beautiful job.
Yeah, there was quite a big mismatch in terms of size. Bilal Ben able to finish the spin move there at the rim.
Beautiful job. You see the pieces here.
Absolutely, and some great spacing, great passing, and a centerpiece in Moss.
Fun basketball to watch.
And Leonard Whitfield not seeing game action tonight. So, I mean, that's a guy that is good for 15. So
yeah, easy. Tony Bennett steps out of bounds on his way up the floor. 1:16 to go. Turnover. And Orangeville's got a chance to make it 10 points on this possession. So don't go anywhere yet, folks. 1:16 to go. We're a couple 3-pointers away from one possession game.
I think that's exactly what they need to do.
Tipping for 3.
Oh, so close.
So many of those shots have happened like that tonight where they've made the extra pass to get a guy open in space, give him some time to shoot, and they just haven't been able to knock him down.
Yeah, they've shot 27 3-point attempts. Speaking of the Orangeville A's, they're 6 of 27 for 22%. So they've really struggled from that area, and they have most nights. So I'm surprised that they went to that well so often. 28 of 81 from the field for 34%, 68% from the line, which is about right around their season average. But the Express really struggled shooting the ball this game through the first 2 quarters. Percentages were not very good, but they've got it up to 42% now from the field, 36% from three-point land, and 81% from the free throw line. So they really turned things around.
Absolutely. Chris Commons finishes 2 free throws. After 4 fouls in the opening half, Chris Commons had to sit down for quite a while, but it was the rest of his teammates that stepped it up. Lewis Monks can't knock it down from 3.
Good shot, though.
Eric Copes with the rebound, gives it out to Tipping for that 3. So that makes it 12 points. 50 seconds to go. They're going to need to stop. Alex Johnson, early shot in the clock, giving Orangeville some time. Bilal Ben off the glass. Copes can't get it to fall. Out to Tipping. That's a long 2.
He was on the line. Good eye, Brett. Good eye.
Good eye, Mike. And 26 seconds to go. Frederick has it. There is time in between game clock and shot clock. 5-second differential. You have to put up a shot or else they're going to give it up. So they're going to have to play the remaining 5 seconds of the game. So with 5 seconds remaining,
are we seeing free throws here?
I believe someone was given a technical foul.
Has been called to Orangeville player number 12, Bilal Ben.
So that will subsequently finish the game off. Eric Frederick going to the line for 2. Can't get the first one to fall. Folks, make sure you tune in with Aaron Sanders for the Knockstrom post-game report. Eric Frederick missed both. We'll have to wait out the final 5 seconds. And that will do it, folks. This will be the 12th win of the regular season for the Windsor Express. They go to 12-10 this year.
And more importantly, 3 in a row with 2 left to play at home, 1 against the London Lightning. Now is the time for them to push.
Thoughts for player of the game?
For the Windsor Express, Kirk Williams Jr.
The Express chose Eric Frederick, but Kirk Williams Jr., two guys that we talked about at length, really big pieces of the push in the third quarter to get back in the lead.
Most definitely. It wasn't so much a tale of two halves. It was really the story of the fourth quarter. The Express played much better in the third, but the bench came alive in the fourth. 48 total points scored from bench scoring for Windsor as opposed to Orangeville's 29. That was a big difference. Points in the paint was very close. Only 2 points separated the two teams. And Windsor found some players that were willing to step up and do some great things, which ultimately got them back in this game. Justin Moss, 25-9. He was absolutely dynamite for the Orangeville A's.
All right, that will do it from all of us here on the broadcast crew. Big thanks to our crew today, Dave Leo, Jeremy James, Aaron Sanders, Alex De Armero. From Kobe K, I'm Brett Hedges saying, enjoy the Knockstrom postgame show, folks. Aaron Sanders, take it away, my friend.
Thank you, Mitch, and thank you, Brett. Great job as always. And the Windsor Express pulled off an incredible second half turnaround. After being down by 8 at halftime, they overcome the Orangeville A's 97-85. And now we go on to the Knockstrom post game. And ladies and gentlemen, Justin Prince, Denise, everybody out there, I'm Aaron Sanders with you. We have seen a great game, suffice to say. The Windsor Express, they're playing a resurgent championship game, as they should. They are the back-to-back defending championships, and this game was no exceptions. There were some points earlier in the first half where they got a little worried along the way, couldn't make the shots, couldn't make the jumpers, and Orangeville took them over on defense, but that was only the first half. That was the only problem. But when the second half counted and when it started, that's where it mattered the most. Everybody started going on fire with shooting. And it was a great display of offense and defense for the Windsor Express. The player of the game is the guy that has come back after being suspended for 3 games, KWJ, Kirk Williams Jr. Player of the game with 21 points and 7 rebounds. A resurgent game for him and not a bad way to come back after all that. And for Bill Jones, the coach of the Windsor Express, that's his second win. So 85-97 is how it was played. The Express outscored the Orangeville A's 31-24 in the final frame. And when it mattered the most, especially, you got to give credit to how the Windsor Express are playing right now. Ever since they beat London at the Clash of the Coliseum, it's been a major turnaround for the Express, winning 3 of 4 against London, winning 6 of their last 8 games, and especially winning at home, where they have had a great fan base. It's been resurging, it's been really great, but let's go on the other side for Orangeville. Turnovers really killed them the most, and it didn't help out the most that Lewis Jackson was out for the rest of the game. Now remember, early in the first quarter, Lewis Jackson, as most of you know, suffered a right foot injury that is alleged right now. We're going to keep on with the day-by-day stats to see what happens to his injury. Will he keep on playing, or will he has to be put on the injured reserve? Orangeville now has a 5-13 record. They're 2-9 on the road, and they have lost 7 in a row. And they will be back home at the Institute to play against the London Lightning this Sunday afternoon. As for the Express, I mentioned this as the Knockstrom halftime. They have to widen their vision defensively, and they widen their vision not only on defense, but in offense as well. The ball handling was there, and I told them they couldn't sell themselves short as a mid-range shot or drive. They drove to the basket, got those mid-range jumpers, especially the three-point shots. They were on fire on that. So now they are at a 12-10 record. Winners of 6 of their last 8 games. They're 8-2 at home, which means they're 4 games behind the London Lightning in the Central Division. Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, next time we'll see you March the 3rd. So this means this coming Thursday as the London Lightning come to town again. And Windsor looks to win their 4th game out of 5 within the last month against the London Lightning. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up, Windsor Express pick up another home win, 97-85 over the Orangeville A's. We thank you for watching Bill Jones' second win. And this has been a presentation of Knockstrom Digital Media, producing the media excellence in the Windsor-Essex County. For everybody here, shout outs to Justin Prince, and for the whole fans here at the WFCU Center, until we meet again Thursday night, this be Aaron Sanders saying so long from the Rose City.